Have you guys ever had a craving for sweets, but wait, you're vegetarian? Well, I have the solution for you. I'm going to make cookie dough bites. People may be saying, "Wait, that's not vegetarian." But what I'm going to make is a healthier substitution for cookie dough bites. Um, okay. Um, so let's get on to making the cookie dough bites. So, for the original recipe, I'm going to do a double batch, but for the original recipe, you just cut everything in half of what I'm going to do. But today, we're going to use almond flour instead of, can't remember the recipe we're going to do. We're going to do almond flour, and we're going to do 4 cups of almond flour. Oh yeah, you're supposed to have 2 different bowls, one for dry ingredients, the other one for wet ingredients. Okay, and then we're going to add a teaspoon of baking soda. If I can get it out. Ooh, okay. And then a half teaspoon of sea salt. And then we're going to mix the dry ingredients. Now, usually this recipe, it's really strong with almond flour, so I'm going to add some sugar so that it's not as strong as usual. So I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of sugar. Now, as I'm mixing, let's talk about how this cookie dough is healthier than normal cookie dough. Now, this recipe is gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free. So you don't have to worry about getting salmonella for eating this raw. Okay. Now that the dry ingredients are done mixing, let's add the wet ingredients. So in a separate bowl, we're going to add 2/4 cups of, or yeah, 2/4 cups of coconut oil. The coconut oil has to be solid but soft at the same time. This would have been better if I had a metal spoon, but Okay. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. Kicking it off. And then we're going to add 4 tablespoons of almond butter. And 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now with the vanilla extract, you have to be very careful with it because it's very strong. Now I'm going to mix the wet ingredients. And then I'm going to transfer it over to the other bowl. And now after that, we're going to mix with our hands, but this process I'm going to put gloves on because you're going to have to wash your hands. But as I'm going to give it to everybody at the end of this, I want everyone to be healthy and not sick. Okay. So as I'm mixing, did you guys know that 8 million of us in the US are vegetarian? I bet you didn't know that. And I bet you didn't know that there are different types of vegetarians too. Healthline says that there are lacto-ovo vegetarians, lacto-vegetarians, and ovo-vegetarians. Now, those may seem like they're the same vegetarians, but they're different. They all are different, but they mainly consist of the same thing. And that is they eat fruit and vegetables, nuts, seeds, protein, and healthy fats like coconut oil. Vegetarians. Okay. Vegetarians don't. They don't eat animal products, but sometimes they do. And yeah. should have gotten a plate. Do you guys have a plate? I'm gonna have to start over. Well, not with the recipe, but like with the speech. I can talk about the process, but I can't. So as I'm done, we're gonna add the chocolate chips. Now, this is dark chocolate chips. So, because it's healthier than regular chocolate chips. But usually you put mini ones in there, but I couldn't find any mini ones, so we're gonna use regular ones. And add as many as you want. And then you're gonna mix it in. Okay, so now that they're all mixed, I'm going to roll them into one and a half inches ball. And while I'm rolling, let's talk about the main question that everybody asks. What's the difference between vegan and vegetarian? Now, vegans don't eat animal products as vegetarians, some vegetarians, but all vegans don't eat animal products. Anything like honey, eggs, dairy, meat, anything that comes from an animal they do not eat. But vegetarians can eat things like that. People tend to become vegetarians or vegans because of religious reasons or because they just want to eat healthier. Okay. So now that I've finished, I know you guys' mouth are probably watering. So before I'm done finishing the speech, I'll go over what we talked about. We talked about what vegetarian is, what they eat, how to make cookie dough bites, and what's the difference between vegan and vegetarian. Now, dig in. But